My wife donated blood on Saturday. On Monday, a man from the blood bank showed up at my door with 4 cops. "Sir, we need to speak with your wife." "She's not home," I said. He leaned in. "Pack your bags and leave the city with your kid. You don't want to know why." Then he handed me an envelope. What I read inside said my wife wasn't my wife, and that I was running out of time. Act 1, the off morning, 0:45 3-hour. I'm Julian Mercer, 35, cybersecurity guy, suburban Colorado, 1 kid, Ari, 7, and a golden retriever who thinks he's people. We're boring in the best way. Saturday felt off. Ari was wired. The dog was nervous. And my wife Roxanne, who hates mornings, was making perfect pancakes at 8 a.m., talking about helping people and growth mindset. Then she announced she'd booked a blood donation. Roxanne, who faints at flu shots. She came home that evening with a bandage on her arm and the right answers. But the smile didn't reach her eyes. That night I heard her in the bathroom. Water. Running, voice low into the phone. "It's done. 3 to 5 days. He won't suspect. Thursday, extraction." Yes, both of them. Both of them. Me and our son. I lay in bed beside a stranger who smelled like hospital soap and secrets. Act 2, the envelope, 3:05:15. Monday, the bell rang. A blood services manager named Noah Klein stood on my porch with 4 officers behind him. He asked for Roxanne, then whispered to me, "Take your kid and go, please." He pressed a sealed envelope into my hand and left. Inside, a DNA match. My wife's donation flagged a federal database. A wanted alert. Mugshot. Real name Marisol Vega. Age 32. Linked to an armored truck heist in Phoenix. 3 guards dead. $2 1 million gone. Plus laundering, conspiracy, homicide. A note from Klein. Traces of an uncommon toxin in the donated blood. Consistent with slow, long-term poisoning. Strongly recommend immediate testing for you and your child. Suddenly, the headaches, fatigue, stomach stuff all made sense. My wife had been dosing me, planning a natural death. She texted right then. "Running errands with Ari. Back soon. Love you. Love doesn't sound like a countdown." Act 3. Pattern recognition. 5:15, 7:10. I run a cybersecurity firm. My job is pattern recognition, so I did what I do best. When she left for yoga, I searched the house the way I'd audit a compromised server. In her jewelry box, a false bottom. Inside, a burned phone and a SIM. Call logs to 3 names the federal alert had already given me. Marcus Red, the boss. Troy Concannon, muscle. P. Malhotra, money. Texts read like a project plan for my murder. He's suspicious. Final phase. Soon. Wait a month to clean accounts. Extraction Thursday. What about the kid? Handled. Accidental. There were photos of my office keys, banking apps, our routines, a document literally titled, "Julian Mercer, Liquidation Order." They'd turned me into a bullet list. I photographed everything and mirrored it to an encrypted cloud. Then I installed covert cams, mics, motion sensors, my pro gear, everywhere. If they were coming Thursday, I'd record every second. That afternoon, I taught Ari a game. If I ever say thunder, you run next door to Mr. Yang and tell him to call the police. No backpack, no questions, just run. He nodded solemnly. Like the storm sound. Smart kid. Act 4. Forensics and the bluff. 7:10, 8:50. Wednesday morning, there was powder dusted around the coffee maker. I bagged a sample, dumped the pot, and faked stomach cramps. "I'm calling Dr. Okafor for blood work," I said, loudly. Roxanne's knuckles whitened on the doorframe. "Blood work? Today?" 10 a.m., her smile snapped on. "Let's go to Costa Rica tonight. Fresh air? Family time?" Translation, get the mark and the kid somewhere remote. I booked the doctor, documented everything, and moved up my plan. That evening, a text pinged a number she must have typed wrong. Delivery 2100 hours. Recipients must be home. Tomorrow. 9 p.m. I asked our retired detective neighbor Roland Yang to host a last-minute sleepover for Ari Thursday night. He didn't ask questions. He just said, leave the back gate open. Act 5, the night they came, 8:50, 10:15. Thursday, 6 p.m. I walked Ari to Roland's, whispered, thunder. He whispered it back. His backpack had Lego and a toothbrush. That's all he needed. At 9 p.m., a black SUV with dealer plates slid into my driveway. 4 doors opened. Marisol, no more Roxanne, entered with 3 men. Red, slick suit, and shark smile. Concannon, built like a refrigerator with rage issues. And a jittery 20-something driver, Miguel. Julian, Marisol said, voice flat and professional. I brought friends, Red. We need your account access, all of it. Then we make this painless. I let them talk into my microphones. Clear threats, time-stamped. When they ran out of script, I looked at my wife. I haven't been honest either, I said. I know who you are, Marisol Vega. Silence cracked. Concannon's hand dipped to his waistband. Marisol drew a pistol. Her first shot splintered the couch. I hit the master switch. Every light inside and out blasted on. Exterior floods. Lit the yard like a stadium. Speakers boomed their recorded threats across the neighborhood. We'll make this painless. Concannon moved for the stairs, right into a tripwire. A loaded bookshelf I'd balanced earlier crashed down, staggering him. Red tried to flank through the kitchen and ate a flour bomb to the face. I grabbed a cast-iron skillet and smashed Concannon's gun hand. Bone crunched. Outside, Roland's voice roared through a megaphone. Police! House surrounded! Porch lights up and down the block fired on. Sirens grew. Miguel froze by the front door, hands high. I got a baby on the way, man! Face down, I said. He obeyed. Marisol advanced with a taped straight razor, eyes pure fury. I used Concannon's collar as a shield and shoved him into her path. She slashed air inches from my throat. I bounced his head off a marble cutting board. He went limp. Red pawed at the floor for his pistol. I found it first and rose with it. You know what your crew thinks, Marcus? I lied smoothly. That you skimmed off the Phoenix take. I've seen the transfers. His eyes flicked, guilt reflex. Outside, multiple engines screamed up the street. A convoy of unmarked federal SUVs rolled in hard. It's over, I told Marisol, keeping her, and Red in my sight line. Timeline's blown. The feds have been looking for you since 2017. The door exploded off its hinges. FBI! Hands where we can see them! I set the gun on the coffee table and raised my hands. Marisol lowered the razor a fraction, calculating one more angle that didn't exist. Sweet dreams, I told her. Act 6, Aftermath, 10:15:11:30. The next months were interviews, evidence dumps, and bad government coffee. Special Agent Mara Delgado ran Operation Broken Heart and kept me sane. Charges fell like bricks. Marisol Vega, life without parole, armed robbery, triple homicide, laundering, attempted murder, child endangerment, the works. Marcus Red, 25 to life. Troy Concannon, 15 with cooperation. His hand never healed right. Miguel Santos, probation and witness protection. He flipped and gave them dates, routes, bank trails. Noah Klein, the blood bank manager who warned me, explained the toxin. A slow-acting compound that mimicked cardiac failure and wouldn't show in a standard autopsy. One reckless blood donation exposed it. Dr. Okafor tested me and Ari weekly. Ari was clean. My levels dropped. 6 months later, I was clear. Amazing how good you feel when your spouse stops poisoning you. The Bureau hired me as a consultant. financial tech infiltration, laundering patterns, cyber with organized crime. I said yes. I owed it to whoever the next Julian might be. Epilogue, New Rules, 11:30, 12 6 months on, the house is quieter. New locks, new couch. I kept one chair, Marisol's favorite, as a warning that evil can wear yoga pants and make perfect pancakes. Ari sits at my desk, teaching Python to make the computer say hello to our dog. We have rules now. Tell the truth, especially when it's hard. Don't ignore gut warnings. Ask for help early. Pride doesn't protect anyone. Thunder still means run to Mr. Yang. Never let fear make you cruel. Some nights I stare at the sky and miss the man who trusted too easily. But I don't miss being blind. I'm still a dad who makes pancakes on Saturdays. I'm still a man who believes you build something good after the worst thing tries to break you. If anyone comes for my son again, they'll meet a patient father who learned to be dangerous when he had to be. And that envelope? It didn't end my life. It saved.